Alright guys, we're back on the bed today as typical for South Louisiana. You're ready to paint and the weather wants to be stupid, raining every day. So it might be another day or two before we get to paint on this thing. I apologize for the neighbors over there who decided to add a soundtrack of a lawnmower to this morning's video, but the show must go on. So what we got here down the center, we welded these washers all the way to the back. All right, so we got a front to back line, and then also we have our little side marker lights that we did. We're doing 3/4 knockouts, and I don't know if you can see them, but we got washers running left to right there. Let me sneak back through this maze of junk. We got another light here, and washers running back to front or left to right there, and then our brackets for the tail lights. And we're going to have some LEDs down at the bottom. So we're going to start off by cutting some loom. So we have 11 foot of bed. That'll get us to the back, and we've got a couple of 6 and 4 footers to run from the driver's side channel that way and driver's side channel to the edge of the bed. So we're going to start cutting some loom up, and we're going to probably put the wires in it prior to putting it on the truck. That way when it snakes through the washers, we don't have to fight with the loom. So we'll show y'all how that's done. Alright guys, so we're gonna run 2 separate lines front to back, and so we're gonna cut 11 foot loom. So we need the tape measure. We need an assistant, please. Alright, so we're going to cut 2 pieces of loom there. One is going to be for the running lights going toward the front of the truck, and one is going to be for the LED lights going to the back of the truck. And we'll cut some more loom in a little while. So we're going to get some wire stuck in here.
Action.
Alright guys, so because I can't remember how to set the damn wrench up for the little wrench trick, we're just going old school. So I got two wires here. Just a hot red and a black. It's going to be a hot in the ground, and this is going to be what we're going to use to power the LED backup lights. We're going to have a set under the bumper. I like that kind of set at an out angle. That way when you're trying to get into a tight area like a culvert or something, you can go ahead and kick that on, and you can see your tires under the trailer, and it's a lot easier for backing up and stuff. But and then we're going to have some other LED work lights that's going to be on top of the headache rack. It's going to light up the bed, and that way when we're working on something we can see and or use both of them. So we're going to feed this wire in here and leave some extra on the ends, and we're going to do the same thing with the running light wire that's going to run to the front. Everything else, all the stop, turn, tail, blinkers and all, that's all going to stay in the back. So but we're just running these long ones, and we're putting them in the loom because the loom is the right size to go into the washers. So one of these is going to be put in the washers, and the other one's just going to be zip tied to it. And so ought to be getting close. Old hands cramping up. So we're going to get this one loomed up, and we'll get the other one loomed up and get back to you. All right, so we're starting right here. Tristan's going. We got a red and a white, which is going to be our hot and ground for the running lights. And where he's starting right here is our crossway to get the 2 front ambers. And so we're going to go all the way to the back and to the last washer, and we're going to let it hang down a little bit. Tristan, you don't want to pull this, pull some more to the back, but don't pull this loom out just yet. Go ahead. Okay, so we're gonna leave a little extra. All right, now what we're gonna do now is we'll run this through here. Now just kind of piggyback yours, because we're going to have to tie wrap it because it won't fit two of them. So what we got here, we're going through the end because this is going to be a backup light. Or alright guys, so again over here we got running lights and we got our LED backups, which are going to be going from the cab all the way to under the back bumper. So we got that wired. So the running lights are going through the washers, and because we didn't want to weld 200 washers under here, we're just going to go down the line and zip tie the running light wire to the the running light and the backup light wires together, and that way everything will hold tight. And then we're going to start running light wires left and right, and then we'll wire the back. Alright guys, so we got our wire rig moved, and we're going to take our red and our white, and we're basically just going to run it through the hole right here. We'll trim it later just to kind of keep everything organized. Alright, and let's see, I need a rough measurement. We don't have to go through the washer. But give me a rough measurement side to side. So Tristan's going to run it all the way across to the other side where we would have enough room to connect to the light and have plenty of slack. Alright, that should be good, huh?
Yeah,
okay, and then I'm going to pull some extra slack on this end to get to where we're coming out here. And that way we can tie in our other harness. So we're going to cut this, and then we're going to fish this wire out and loom it up. So we'll get back to you when we're looming it up and running it. Alright, so Tristan is going to zip tie to the washer, and what we're trying to do is hold the loom, because we're going to cut some more loom here, and you don't want the wire flapping and vibration and stuff to pull the loom back to where it's past the washer and the washer can rub on the wire. So he's just tie wrapping that to where the loom can't move. Okay. So, and then what we're going to do here is we're going to open our loom back up. Get y'all in frame here and see what I'm doing. So we got a light right here. So I'm going to open the loom up. I'm going to pull some wire out of here. We're going to end up re-looming this anyway. So we're already close to the light right here. So we're going to cut the loom short and fix it back up. Alright, that gets us to the light. We're going to leave a little pigtail for the light. Now, I need to, we're going to leave another little pigtail. Pull some loom.
Pull it?
Pull it, yeah, we're going to feed some through. I need to get to the end. Just pull your loom like we were doing earlier. Just the loom. I got the wire. Yeah, don't like that. Okay, so we're just feeding it. And I'm just trying to get to the end right here. Okay, hold it. Alright. So now we got another little circuit that's going to go and tie into, put your hand right there where those wires are, where Tristan's got. Okay, so get y'all back right here. Alright, so Tristan, take a zip tie and let's put this one right here back to this washer.
For the washer?
Yep. just zip tie it to the washer. Let me get a little extra. All right. We're going to tie wrap it to that washer and the next washer. And just to kind of keep track of these, I'm just going to stick them through here so we don't have a whole bunch of stuff hanging down, confusing us. So all we did, guys, is, you know, again, where these wires, let me get this camera loosened up here. Where the wires are hanging down right there by that jack stand is where the end of the driver's side frame, which is where the forward plug is going to be. So we're just bringing all of our bed wiring, which is going to be running lights, stop and tail, and backup, is all going to originate right here. And so all we did was run a left and a right back here and a left and a right in the front for our side marker lights. Red ones in the back, amber ones in the front. And then I busted my head on the exhaust. That's why I'm wearing a welding cap with a paper towel to soak up the blood. But if you ain't getting DNA on them, baby, it's blood, sweat, and tears. So if you got, I guess if you don't have some blood, all you got is sweat and tears. So, all right, so we're just using a wire stripper to strip everything. Okay, guys, so if y'all remember, one of these, let me see, one of these is the wire that's coming from, that we ran from the back, which will be coming from the forward, and one of these is the jumper. So we're gonna have them tied to where they'll go across. And then one of these, all right, so we're gonna put one of these with this, and then one, and then go to this. So that's how we're gonna do that. Alright, so I'm going to strip this one a little longer than the crimp. And this one is going to piggyback these little thin wires right here. Because I don't want these, you piggyback those, you need a hell of a connector. So we're going to strip these back where they will twist good. Now I don't know why they don't use the same color schemes. The amber lights are using a black and white, and the red lights in the back are using a red and black. So we're going to go with this for right now. So we're going to tie these two together. And we're going to put our hots together. You want to make sure that you bat winging these to where they crisscross good. You got to leave them, you know, pointy where we're getting the connector. And then we're gonna find my other cutters. All right, so we're gonna shorten these up because we don't need them that long for the butt connectors, or they'll be sticking out the back. But I like to leave them long to get the twist going. And we're going to put this in here and always twist this the same direction as your actual twist. I kind of twist it as I'm screwing it on, but my solder right here is giving me a little trouble. Alright, we're going to have to cut this little solder thing off. Well, maybe it'll go right there. No, we're going to cut it. Aggravating me. Got to go. Alright, so we get it twisted up good. you can kind of twist this the same direction as your wire and work your wire in there. My new fancy crimpers. All right, so you make sure your wire's bottomed out. We'll put this in the blue. And that's it. And then what we're gonna do is we'll take this, we'll get this set up in the crimp. Feed this one in. All right, you always want to give a little test pull. So now we'll do these right here. We get another crimp. I always twist them clockwise. I twisted one backwards and now I'm doubting myself on which way I got to go. So again, I kind of get them when they get close to the barrel. If you twist your barrel the same way, it kind of keeps everything, keeps your wires from getting untwisted. But this didn't work, so we're gonna make it a little more pointed. All right, we get our crimper, put it in the blue column right there. All right, and then we're gonna bring it back here, retwist this again, get that in there. All right, so that's our connections. So this is coming from the back to the light and then jumping off the light, and we're going to go crimp the light on the other side, and we'll come back when we get to the ambers in the back, or the reds in the back. Okay guys, we're going to show you what happens when Tristan licks a wire hooked at a hot battery. No. Okay, so he's got the white one in his hand and the black on this one is the ground. So we're going to do a battery test and we should see lights. Go ahead, bud. All right, so we got lights front and back here on the running. We got running lights on the back and running lights on the side. Okay, let's go to yellow. All right, we got reverse lights there and there. Okay, red should be bright LEDs. Okay, on that side. Green should be bright on this side. Okay, and did we leave anything else, or that's it? That's it, huh?
The red is the running lights.
No, red is the left turn signal.
Oh, okay.
And that's all that's lit up. And reverse lights on the yellow.
Yeah.
And what you got now?
Everything.
Running. Okay, so that's it down the side. Yep. All right, we screwed it up right. I mean, we fixed it and got it going good. So we're gonna loom some of this up, and I gotta still put the Ford factory plugs on the end of this bird nest Tristan's fooling with. And I got some Ford factory plugs. I just gotta ohm meter them out, but the wires on this is cut, so we're gonna cut it off, and we'll have, you know, this is a Ford harness for the bed, and this is the trailer light circuit. So, and in case anybody wants to see it, let me see. That is the Ford wiring for the trailer light circuit. Y'all can snapshot that. And I do not know what these colors are here, but I got to cut all of these butt connectors off. And we're going to put a Ford plug here and here, and that'll be for the 7-pin trailer plug, and this will power everything. These four are going to be left and right turn signal, running lights, and backup lights. So we'll ohm them out, figure out which color goes where, and we'll put a plug on it to plug into the other stuff. That way, if we have the two factory plugs here and we need to pull the bed off for any reason, we can unplug the main lights and the trailer lights off the bed and lift the bed off the truck, and all the lights and everything will be staying with the bed. So we'll come back to you when we get to that stage. Alright guys, so I was on the phone, but all we did was tie this in. So this is our jumper from the other side. We've got, we tied into the yellow on both lights with this for backup lights. Green is turn signal over there. Red is turn signal over here. And we have black for the running lights. And we got our ground. And of course, don't worry about this, we'll deal with this later, but that's gonna be our LED work lights in the back. So I gotta wire up the forward harness, and we're gonna heat shrink all of this, and then we'll tie it all in. Well, that's it for the lights, and we got a little paint on the bed. I didn't get footage of the paint. I got it done real quick. Had a lot of stuff going on, and we were trying to get beat some rain and stuff, so I'll show you later. I used the airless paint sprayer, and it did a real good job, and we actually painted some of the frame on the truck. So let's go ahead and get this bed stuck on the truck, and we can move it out of here, because I got some got a little surprise coming for this little area right here. So we need to clean up our mess. The bed, we got some other iron right here for the front bumper, get the trailer out of the way. So we got a few things to do. Let's go ahead and start with getting the bed back on the truck. Well, this is the bed mounted on. Battery went dead and I didn't notice it. So we got our bolts on our big heavy plates there. We got, you can look for the shiny bolt right there, and might be able to see one back there, but that's it. So we got a few spots where we missed the paint and a few little other things to address, but it's been so hot out here, we're just trying to keep things moving. We got a PTO ordered for it. That's going to be here in about a month. And so there we go from the back. There's our 2.5-inch receiver hitch. We took one of our homemade copies of the original 9-pin, and we got one under the hatch. And you can see how the smokestacks came out. And I'll give you a little look from the front, just to see how she looks over the roof. Still got to do the front bumper. I don't know if that's going to come out too good with the sun, but that's it for the bed. We still got to do mud flaps and finish up a little connecting the wiring from the truck to the bed, hook up the fuel system, and the electric winch gen pole setup will be ready to go probably next week, and the PTO one will be, like I said, a month. But that's about all I got on the bed for right now. Just so y'all know, like, we're gonna be, you know, hooking stuff with cables. Tristan came up with these cool storage spots. and the gravity just keeps these down. So we're gonna have some hook poles and stuff in there, and LED lights under the back and some LED lights right here under the cage. So anywho, that's all I got for now on the bed, and we're gonna jump on another project. So if y'all like what you see, let us know what we can do better. If you see something that we goofing up, and hell, if y'all want, throw some ideas of what y'all are working on in the comments. Other than that, that's it for now, and we'll see y'all on the next one.